Hello everyone, this video is for standard 6. In the previous video for standard 6 we had studied exercise 3b. We had solved the questions of exercise 3b. Now in this video we are going to solve the examples that are given before exercise 3c. Okay, they are very simple. You have to learn subtraction of whole numbers in this exercise, that is 3c, and in this example the examples which are solved in this video, that a subtraction of whole numbers will be explained. Okay, so let's begin. Subtraction in whole numbers. The operation of subtraction is an inverse process of addition. Okay, this is very clear. If someone asks you what is the inverse of addition, you can simply say that is subtraction. Okay, so the operation of subtraction is an inverse process of addition. This is very clear. Now uh, as this is added here, and now 29 minus 23 minus 4 is 14, and 23 minus 14 equals 9. These are the examples of subtraction, which is the inverse process of addition. Okay, now we'll learn some properties of subtraction. And the first one, if a and b are two whole numbers such that a is greater than b, a equals b, or a minus b is a whole number, otherwise subtraction is not possible in whole numbers. Subtraction is, remember, not possible in whole numbers. It can be, subtraction can be possible, but it cannot be possible in whole numbers. Whole numbers start from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. They all are these numbers are called whole numbers. And you know that natural number starts from 1, 2, 3. Okay, so natural number along with 0 becomes whole numbers. Remember these things. And the numbers which are negative, like -3, -2, -1, or you can pronounce them as -3, -2, -1, etc. Okay, and these numbers are not whole numbers. Remember, these numbers come under the category of integers. Minus, 0, and plus positive number means negative numbers, positive numbers along with 0 come under the integer category. So if a number, if a and b are whole numbers such that a is greater than b, a equals b, or a minus b is a whole number, then only subtraction is possible in whole numbers. Otherwise the subtraction in whole numbers is not possible. Okay, just remember that. Suppose if you subtract 5 minus 3, what do you get? 2, which is a whole number. You subtract 5 minus 5, you get what? 0, which is also whole number. But when you subtract 5 from 3, and then what you get? You get -2, which is not a whole number. It is what? It is integer. Okay, remember this one thing. Now let's come to the next property. Yeah, this one. If we subtract two equal whole numbers, we get 0. This is very simple. You must have noticed that whenever we subtract 2 minus 2, or any other examples, you can take 2 minus 2 or 5 minus 2 or anything else. Whenever you do this, what you get? 0. Okay, so now let's come to the next number or next explanation. If we subtract a smaller number from a bigger number or larger number, we always get whole number. Okay, we always get positive number, which is a whole number. Okay, larger from larger whole number subtracts smaller whole number, then whole number is obtained. Means when a smaller whole number, you may take or the examples are also given. Let's take these examples only. Suppose 16 and 9 we have taken. If we subtract a smaller whole number, which is 9, from a larger one, which is 16, what we get? 7. So 7 is a whole number. Similarly, these examples also you can find that the difference of greater whole number and smaller whole number is a whole number when we subtract smaller from greater. Let's come to the third point. Third point says that clearly we cannot subtract 18 from 13. That is, 13 minus 18 is not defined in whole number. It will be defined in what? Integers. Okay, I have already told you that 18 minus 13 is what? 5. But 13 minus 18 is what? Minus 5. You'll learn it in higher classes. Um, just remember, you have to subtract lower from greater only. Just you have to put minus sign to show that you have subtracted greater number from smaller number. Okay, let's come to the next point. For any two whole numbers a and b, a minus b is not equal to b minus a, which is what? Commutative law. It does not obey commutative law. We had read in the addition that addition obeys commutative law. A plus b equals b plus a, and we had solved so many questions based on this law or property, you can say. Now but in subtraction don't follow commutative law. Fine. These examples are also given. 8 minus 5 is 3, but 5 minus 8 is not defined in whole numbers. Always remember, not defined in whole numbers. It is written, it is not written that it cannot be subtracted. It can be subtracted, but the difference would not be a whole number. 8 minus 5 gives 3, but 5 minus 8 gives minus 3. Okay, remember this. This is the difference between these two. Subtraction can be possible, but not in whole numbers. Okay, you can see the other example also here. Same thing, minus 17 would be the answer here. Okay, let's come to the next point. For any whole number, we have a minus 0 is equal to a, but 0 minus a is not defined in whole number. Again, remember, 0 minus a would be what? Minus a. Okay, and it will not be defined in the whole number because whole number is not never negative. Okay, negative numbers are not whole numbers. Negative numbers can be integers, they can be fractions also, but negative numbers are not whole numbers. Remember this one. So 9 minus 0 is the example of this statement. 9 minus 0 is 9, but 0 minus 9 is not defined in whole numbers. It is defined in the integers. Remember, 0 minus 9 gives minus 9. That's it. Okay, in the same way, you can understand the next examples also. 0 minus 24 is minus 24. Let's come to the next example. If a, b and c are any three whole numbers, then in general a minus b minus c is not equal to a minus b minus c. Is just you have to notice the brackets, not my words only. You have to notice brackets also, that addition do not follow associative law. We had seen in the subtraction does not follow associative law. Addition follows associative law. We had seen that a plus b plus c was equal to a plus b plus c. Okay, but it cannot be possible in subtraction. It is just possible in addition. The examples have been given, you can understand from there also. 8 minus 4 minus 2. So I have already told you that using BODMAS you have to do any sum. Okay, the BODMAS means first bracket, so we have to solve the thing inside the bracket first. 8 minus 4 is what? 4. 4 minus 2 is what? 2. Okay, now we have associated 4 and 2 together in the next. So 4 minus 2 would be solved first. So 4 minus 2 is what? 2. But 8 minus 2 is what? 6, which is not equal to 2. So we can simply say that 8 minus 4 minus 2 is not equal to 8 minus 4 minus 2. Just notice the brackets here. Okay, means subtraction does not follow associative law. If a, b and c are whole numbers, just and the next point, then a minus b is equal to c, then b plus c is equal to a. This is very very simple. You have used it, you might have used it, I might have told you also. Now see here, a minus b equals c, then what, then b plus c equals a. This is very simple, I'm telling you how. Chalo, when I'm writing this one, a minus b equals c, then I have told you that um, negative sign when changes its side, that is when it goes from left to right, then it becomes positive. So a is equal to what, b plus c. ठीक है, so a is equal to b plus c. Okay, this is only written here also. So 16 minus 9 is 7, then 9 plus 7 is equal to 9. When this 9 would change its side, then means when this 9 would go to this side, this negative sign would turn to be positive. And if it was a positive sign, then it would be a negative sign in the right side. That's it. Okay, in the same way other examples are also explained here. You have to be focused now. You have to study the following pattern. You have read in the previous chapter also, to arrange the numbers proper suitably and then find the sum. You had solved this question, you must be having this in your mind. So 99 can be expressed in terms of 100 minus 1. Now see, minus 100 plus 1 is written. So see, you can, it can be explained in this way. I'm explaining a bit more here. 5 4 sorry, this one I'm explaining. 456 456 minus 99 minus 100 minus 1 equals what, 456 minus chalo, now pay attention, this is negative and this 100 is positive inside the bracket, so minus plus minus, so this is 100. Okay, minus 100 minus and minus, again it becomes what, plus, is equal to 1. Okay, and these are the little things you have to be very focused with them. Now 456 minus 100. Okay, 456 minus 100, or if you use BODMAS, then you must be aware that a is before s. It means that addition has to be done before subtraction. So let's rearrange it. 456 plus 1 minus 100. Okay, 456 plus 1 is what, 457. 457 and minus 100, it means this is 357. That's it. In the same way, the other one is also to be done. Okay, you have to express in it in terms of 100 1000 minus 1. I'm doing this also. Let's see. 4962 minus 999. 4962 minus 1000 minus 1. 4962 minus this minus and this plus, plus inside the bracket. Okay, if no sign is put here, it means then the number is positive. So minus 1000, and this minus becomes plus, so plus 1 here. Now remember, according to the BODMAS rule, BODMAS, remember this is D, not, don't be confused with this. 4962 plus 1 minus 1000. So this 2 will be added. 4963 minus 1000. Okay, now this would be what? 3963. That's it for this video, and in the next video we will solve the exercise 3C. Okay children, thank you everyone.